I think this might be my favorite Bong Joon-ho I've seen now. I was so into this movie from the opening, his comedic chops. But however, unlike Parasite was about, you know, class, and The Host was about like a monster, but this is like rape and murder. And I was like, how is he gonna thread this needle? And I think he did, and I think that's why in the end, I do think this ends up being maybe my favorite of his so far.
It's, you know, it's like a horror, murder mystery kind of. They expected that, and then they're like, oh, that's not what this was. And someone pointed out that it's kind of like a hallmark of Korean cinema. There's not as much adherence to genre. This movie's like 6 different genres tossed in a blender, and I think it works really well.
It's kind of like dwelling in grief. In a way, trying to achieve some sense of emotional closure, if there is any to be had at that point. What's happening here is that, so for decades, South Korea was like a military dictatorship. From its like inception into like the 80s and 90s, it was functionally a military dictatorship. What's happening in the 80s that the movie is depicting is that you're starting to see like vibrant like student movement and like a pro-democracy group movement, people like protesting against that. But that's like what the backdrop is, and then South Korea doesn't really start to like democratize until like the 90s, basically.
The whole idea of justice, and you know, when we watch movies and, you know, listen to stories, and there's the good guys, the bad guys, and the bad guys always prevail. It's one of those things where in the real world, in this cruel world, you know, justice is fucking an illusion. In the attempt to bring order to the world, we only create more chaos, like no matter how good or bad our intentions are. And I find that to be very profound and very fucking dark.